Jesus. Sorry. I sometimes watch the news, not often, but sometimes. Have you heard of the fucking Hooters in Yemen? You heard of the Hooters in Yemen? U.S. Navy's been motorboating the motherfucker out of them. I know they're not called Hooters, but fuck them. Ladies and gentlemen, the next comic is more of an ass man. Please welcome Mike Manzouras!
Wow, what a good-looking crowd. Thank you for coming out. I see a lot of vests out there. Any of my vesties? Before we start, I got one question. How many Ranger fans out there? What's the score? 3-1?
3-1.
The good way or the bad way? All right, now it's going to ruin my set.
We are.
All right. So I have 3 teenage Generation Z kids. And you always want your kids to be better than you, and I got the trifecta. My kids are smarter, better looking, and more athletic than me. And that makes me happy. But it also makes me wonder, is it possible they're not my kids? I want to know. I'm just kidding, honey. I'm just kidding. Don't tell me, because I actually don't want to know at this point, because I already funded their college accounts. If you call the college fund, they'll tell you can't have the money back just because they're not your kids. But they're nice people at the college fund. So my wife drove my son back to college one Sunday night, and this is a true story. My son has been known to forget to bring things places. You too? No. But it's my wife's job to remind him a lot. So it goes like this. Did you remember to bring your headphones? How about your backpack? That's her voice. Ma, quit asking me. I got my backpack. Well, are you sure? Because you wouldn't want to forget your backpack. Well, you probably know where the story's going. They get about 30 minutes up the road and they realize they don't have the backpack. He needs it for tomorrow morning, and it's now a tense situation in the car. So naturally, they call me to save the day, and I jump in the car to drive the backpack halfway to them. I get almost to the Scarsdale pool when my wife has the audacity to call me and ask me if I remembered to bring the backpack. Right? Well, luckily, the house was only 2 minutes back the other way. How did she know I wouldn't bring the backpack? Well, at least I no longer have to wonder if he's my kid. Thank you. So, I asked my oldest daughter one time, the cheerleader, to do a back handspring in front of the crowd at a Scarsdale High School football game. And she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it for less than $20. But she did it. The crowd went wild. I gave her the money in front of all those people because she earned it. And so the people in the crowd would know what a baller I am. But you don't come out of the womb knowing how to do a back handspring. It took her years of effort, hard work, and private coaching to finally get it. I call that my $100,000 back handspring. But it was so awesome, though. It was totally worth pushing back my retirement plans. But this one, she's so athletic, it makes me wonder. Maybe she's not my kid. But she did take the $20. I wanted to go to the mall recently, but I didn't want to go by myself because a grown man at the mall by himself is weird and creepy. That's why when I go to the mall with my youngest daughter, we split up the entire time. I said to my daughter, hey, do you want to go to the mall with me? And she said, with you? Ew, gross. 16-year-old daughters are some of the meanest people on the planet. Right? She talked that way. She didn't talk that way to me when she was 15 months old. She's been talking that way to me a long time. So I said, come on, you know you want to go to the mall with me. And she said, how much do I want to go to the mall with you? If I'm going to the mall with you, I want to get makeup from Sephora. Well, I said, absolutely not. My father would have never tolerated that kind of behavior from me, and I'm not about to let my teenage daughter dictate the terms of this agreement. So we're walking through the Sephora. So what my dad didn't know, it's a lot easier to bribe your kids than it is to teach them values. Values are for poor people. So who knows what Sephora is? Do you know what Sephora is? Yeah. Sephora is one of those stores at the mall. It's all makeup and perfume mixed together. Sephora is a crack dealer to teenage girls. Sephora is the reason we couldn't buy a beach house. Now, I don't want to sound insensitive to people with drug addictions, but if my daughter had a drug addiction, that would at least cost me less to fix. I'm just saying Sephora breaks up families too. He's got a daughter that goes to Sephora. Just to paint a picture, I've never been to a brothel. But I imagine a brothel is what Sephora smells like. If you add in an open can of tuna. So, we're done with our shopping. We're in the parking lot. All right. Was that one too edgy? Come on. Thank you. All right, so we're in the parking lot of the Westchester Mall. We're done with our shopping, and I got nothing for myself, but my daughter has a big bag of shit from Sephora, and I'm wondering, why did I want to go to the mall again? Well, my daughter wants to show me her haul from Sephora. Right there in the parking lot, right? And that's heartwarming for a father. That's heartwarming when your daughter wants to share what's most important in the whole world with her father. Well, the second she pulled out a piece of makeup, I can't describe the feeling I had. I can't describe the feeling because I fell asleep. I tried to be interested, but my body took over, and it wouldn't even let me fake giving a shit. She pulled out a piece of makeup while I was driving, and I didn't even know it until the rumble strip woke me up. So, I don't know if you knew this, but all the makeup that kids buy these days comes in a stick, right? I got one here. All comes in a stick. I can't tell the difference between my daughter's makeup and her vape pens. I tried to steal my daughter's weed, and I got mascara all over my face. What's the world coming to? Can't steal your own daughter's weed? So this one, she likes makeup so much it makes me wonder, maybe she's not my kid. But she does spend a lot of money and doesn't take shit off anyone. She's definitely my wife's kid. Love you. So my twins applied to colleges last year. Have you done that yet? Yeah? Well, if you haven't, that is a family bonding experience that is so rewarding for the colleges. Also, if you want to learn from my experience, the single most valuable lesson I can teach you is that when you're talking with your wife and daughter about how much college costs, you're an insensitive asshole. All I said was, all things being equal, go to the college that costs less. That's a rational thing to say, right? All things being equal, guys? Well, I know I got through to my daughter because she ran out of the room crying. Mission accomplished. I looked to my wife because she always gets me out of messes like this, and she said, "What kind of asshole says that to their daughter?" I guess all girls who go to state schools end up on the street selling their bodies for crack cocaine. I wonder, if a tree fell in a forest and my wife's not there to hear it, am I still wrong? Now, it might make me a curmudgeon to say this, but room and board, when I went to college, cost less than my kids' Starbucks bills. But in fairness, it's not just Starbucks. It's also Lyft, Grubhub, Target, Amazon, fake IDs, alcohol, and weed. Also, if you're not there yet and you want to know how to budget, you got to leave a little extra room for laundry, sorority dues, Pilates, hot yoga, and an extra Netflix to put on her roommate's TV. Don't ask why the roommate doesn't have her own Netflix, you cheap bastards. And if you call the college fund, they'll tell you they don't pay for the roommate's Netflix. They'll also tell you to quit calling so much. I used to think they were nice people. Did you hear that colleges in Boston are going to be the most expensive in the whole country next year? They're going to be over $90,000 a year. Like I didn't hate the mass holes enough already. I'm just kidding, Eve. I don't hate all the mass holes. So, my daughter had really good grades in high school, way better than I did, but schools are harder to get into these days, and she didn't get into her first choice school. But one of her best friends did get into that school. My daughter was sad. I don't blame her. I'm a supportive father. I said what any good father would say in that situation. I guess that girl studied harder than you. Yeah, I know, that seems kind of mean. I also said something nice. I said, that girl looks like her freshman 15 is going to be a freshman 30. Oh, come on. I didn't want her to gain weight forever. I just wanted her to gain weight long enough to have to buy some new clothes. All right. So, I'm not going to name the college that my daughter didn't get into. I'm just going to tell a little joke that is completely unrelated. A Scarsdale girl goes to the University of Michigan. She meets her new roommate, who it turns out is from Michigan. The Scarsdale girl says, "Where are you from?" The Michigan girl says, "Where I'm from, we don't end our sentences with a preposition." So the Scarsdale girl says, "Sorry, where are you from, bitch?" Thanks, everybody.
Mike Manzouris! When I get the bills from my daughter, I think of the